Hey friends, welcome to Minimalist. My name is Becky Truda, and on this channel, I like to talk about decluttering and minimizing and living your best life. All right, friends, so today's video is about 35 or 36 things that I have gotten rid of or I'm not gonna buy anymore around my house. All right, so one of the first things that I've got rid of is the small area rugs around my house that weren't necessary. So like the one that ran right here under my sink, I just didn't need it, and I ended up just throwing a rag on the ground, and that works perfectly fine. If you go into my living room, there are no big rugs, and while I have nothing against rugs, and I think they're beautiful, it just became a place that gathers a lot of hair and dirt, and for me having two dogs, it wasn't working out. So some of the things that we've gotten rid of are single-use items like an Instapot and a rice cooker and like bottle openers that only have one use. I found that because of the cooking that I do, I don't really use them very often, and they're big, bulky, and hard for me to clean. So that depends on your style of cooking, but for me, it wasn't working very well. And the bottle opener was something that I should have thought of a long time ago. It never occurred to me. I had like 3 or 4, and all you really need is the one that can be a bottle opener and a wine opener. The other thing that we've gotten rid of are plastic bags. So I'll show you what we use now. If you really enjoy learning about minimalism, remember to hit that subscribe button. So now, instead of plastic bags around the house, we have several of these different containers that are multi-use, small and big. And then for my daughter's snacks every day, I got several of these containers that she can use for her snacks, which work great without having to use up so much plastic. So some other things that we've gotten rid of are the single-use cleaning supplies. And so now, I use my own cleaning supplies. You can either use like some lemon and water, or this is actually a concoction that came from our container store that's like a mix, and you just mix it in, and it comes in a paper container, so it's just a lot more healthy for our planet. And so I'm trying to move over all of my supplies once I've used them all to things that are coming in a more eco-friendly way. The other thing that I got rid of a long time ago actually are having excess dining sets and fancy dining sets. Now, I know that's controversial to some people. You guys love to have a good party, and there's nothing against that. But when I do have a party, what I end up doing is just calling on my family members or my friends to bring some stuff over and help me set up. And I feel like that just brings your community in, and it lets other people help, which is great for me. And also, I had a beautiful dining set that my grandmother had given me, and what I found is that I had it in the attic for about 3 years, and I had never used it. And so I ended up giving it to my sister, and she uses it all the time. So giving things away, now I'm so glad that someone actually gets to use it and enjoy it because it's a beautiful set. All right, guys, so moving right along to the bathroom, I have gotten rid of any excess hair supplies like headbands and scrunchies and all that kind of stuff that I haven't been using. And then what I have kept, I'm going to make sure I use that up before I buy more, because right now I have plenty. So that's one thing off of any shopping list I need. And also just buying extra face lotion beyond what I need and waiting for it to be used all the way up. Like, I love face lotion. It's probably one of my favorite things to buy, and I like trying different things. But what I've realized is that when you're constantly changing your face lotion, you don't know if it's actually working because you don't give it enough time to work. So this is the one that I've been using right now. It's Vichy, and it has SPF 30 and peptide C, so it's good for your skin. And I just feel like I need to give it enough time. So I'm using up this bottle, and I'm gonna get a new bottle and just continue to use this one because it has gotten good reviews. So I know, like, it just takes time. And so stop switching everything up all the time and trying to get the next best thing when I think there is no perfect product. The next thing that I don't buy is excess towels and excess sheet sets, and I don't even have flat sheets. Personally, my body gets all caught up when I have a flat sheet. And so it was one of those things that I never used. So that was easy for me to get rid of anyway out of the closet because it was just very uncomfortable for me. So between my daughter and husband and I, we have a set for our bed and one extra set that's just the sheet. We actually don't have excess pillowcases. And I guess I could have that, but we never actually need them. Like I end up just using the same sheets and I wash them and I put them back on that night. And so I actually don't even really need this extra, but I'm gonna keep it because my other one just got a hole in the side. So I know that one's not gonna last too much longer. But it is nice because occasionally things happen, like the dog might have an accident on our bed, and it's nice to have an extra sheet. My daughter has two as well. She has one on her bed now, and she has this one extra, and she does have one extra pillowcase that matches, but then again, no flat sheet, just because I think both of us are very active sleepers, and it's just not good for us. All right, another absolute given, and you guys probably aren't even doing this, is just having one hairbrush. What I had found is that I had bought a hairbrush for myself and a comb, and then my daughter had a hairbrush and my husband had a hairbrush. And really not even that long ago, I was like, why do I have so many hairbrushes? And mine was pretty old. It was probably like 4 or 5 years old. It was similar to this one. And so I took my daughter's hairbrush and it just became the bathroom hairbrush for everybody. So that works well, and it's just one less thing to keep track of. And then just having excess toothpaste is something that I recently just got rid of. My daughter had her own toothpaste that she was using and we had ours, but now that she's gotten older, it doesn't need to be one that you can't swallow, or it doesn't need to be one that you're allowed to swallow. She can just use whatever. So we've just gotten one that we kind of compromise on, that we all kind of like the flavor. And so because there's only one bathroom that all of us use, it's easy just to have one toothpaste. So in our bedroom, I got rid of what most people have, I feel like, in their bedroom, which is some kind of chair. It used to be over there probably a year or two ago. I got rid of it. It was a cute chair that I liked, but what I found is what I think we all find: when you have a flat surface in a bedroom, it's going to collect clothes. So that's all it was doing. It wasn't a relaxing place to read, which is what I had initially thought I would do with it. And it just became a place to put all of our things that aren't quite dirty, but aren't quite clean. So that needed to go, and it actually makes us put things into the laundry basket or actually hang them up and put them away if they're still clean. Other things that I have really been thinking about and trying to work better on is not buying new clothes for myself, for my husband, and for my daughter. Especially new clothes when it comes in the form of buying it from a store. I know buying things from Target or Walmart clothes-wise is just so easy and accessible for us now, or buying things on Amazon, but there's always a large cost to it environmentally, but also, it just costs a lot more to buy things in a store. And so this past weekend, my daughter has really needed some warmer clothes. She doesn't have any that would fit her right now. And so we went to our fun downtown area and we got her some secondhand clothes, some shorts, and some dresses. And so now she has her spring wardrobe, even though that's funny to say because it's February, but where I'm living right now, it is very warm. It's supposed to be 80 tomorrow, and so she definitely needs something that she can cool off in. Okay, and then the other thing that really struck me, which is something that I don't know if you do, but I definitely am guilty of it, and that's buying things just because they have a name brand on them. Whether it's, you're getting it from the store or secondhand, when it has a label on it, I immediately give it more value than maybe it's due. It might be super worn out and I see it's Lululemon, and so I'm yeah, bought it, mine. And just because it has a label on it doesn't mean it's something that's suitable for me or a good fit. So when I am shopping secondhand and I'm looking for things, what I like to tell myself is, if this didn't have this label on it, Lululemon, Athletica, whatever you end up liking, if it didn't have that label on it, would you still buy it? and like kind of hide it from yourself, hide the label from yourself and say, would I still actually like this, or am I just buying it for the label? It's a good question. Now that I've started doing that, I've realized how many things in the past I've bought, didn't actually like, but wanted the praise of that I have this item because it has a label on it. All right, and the last thing like for our bedroom is that I'm not buying any new shoes for right now, and when I do, I'm going to buy them secondhand. So I have all the shoes that I need. Currently, I have like summer shoes that are still in good form. I had gotten a pair of new flip-flops for my birthday, and so I have everything that I need. My husband has plenty of dress shoes and workout shoes. We have plenty of everything. Now, my daughter may need some summer shoes when it gets a little warmer, but right now she's doing fine and we have enough. We have plenty. So it's not something that I can foresee seeing anytime in the future that I'm going to need. And what I actually ended up doing this winter worked amazingly. I had 3 pairs of shoes. That's it. And my slippers. Okay, so 4. I had a pair of boots that were leather boots. They were actually like kids' Uggs because I have smaller feet. And so they could get wet. They were very warm. And they were like a perfect height for me to wear with dress pants or jeans. Then I got a pair of Rothy's, I think they're called, but I got them secondhand, so I got them for like $7, and they actually for me were very comfortable, and they were more like slide-ons, so I wear those the most now that it's getting a little bit warmer. And then I have a pair of just regular tennis shoes for when we go out and I work out or anything like that. And what I have found is that it's so relieving to not have a lot of choice in the shoe collection, which I thought I would really want more choice, but only having a very limited amount of choices is a way of just easing the burden on your brain of having to make decisions. All right, so this is a mess, but the next thing that I'm not buying any more of is craft supplies until we've used up everything we have. So you can see in my daughter's craft area, she has pipe cleaners, which is actually her favorite thing. She has plenty of paints and stickers and popsicle sticks. So she's extremely creative, and I think she has plenty of everything she could possibly want. Lots of Play-Doh activities. These beads are really fun, and paint. So she has plenty of everything right now, and so we really don't need any more of craft supplies until her bucket starts dwindling down. These are her other craft supplies. So currently right now she has plenty. She has glue and some funner glue, and she has plenty of markers and crayons, which these are really nice crayons. I really enjoy them. They break a lot less. And then she also has these markers that you can write on windows, which is always really fun. And so she has plenty right now, so it's not something that we're gonna end up buying until these things start to dwindle. So some of the things that I've ended up getting rid of in the living room are a lot of the excess furniture, like side tables. We used to have side tables in here against the couch, and I just found that we just put extra things on them. So when we do have something with flat surfaces, I try to keep it very clear if possible. So this is our coffee table. We do have some shelving, but I try to keep it as minimal as possible because I just find that when you walk in the door and you don't see a lot of clutter, it's very relieving for the eye. So the pieces of furniture we do have in here still are this beautiful entry table that my husband built a while ago. And we do try to keep it as clear as possible. We just keep this one tray on it to keep some things that we like to have around the couch. And then this is usually how our living room looks. Less furniture, just easier to get around in general. So along with excess furniture I don't buy any excess decor anymore. This is the decor that we've had for a while now, and it really basically consists of one of my favorite little quotes that I found since becoming a minimalist, because it does feel good to be home. 2 of my absolute favorite pictures, and then this is a picture that my old neighbor had drawn herself, and I just thought it's so beautiful that it can stay. But then besides that, it's really just a few books I keep and some plants. So the plants that I keep now, they're all real plants. And I know we don't all have a green thumb, and I'm definitely not saying I do, but I just found that I enjoy keeping things alive, or trying to. And so ivy is a very easy thing to keep alive. So that's what's in my living room. And then as you can see in my bedroom, I have a little more excitement in here, a few plants that I just recently got. This one, if you go watch my video on updating my bedroom, but I have a few more plants, and that's really all the decor that I have in the bedroom. Along with not having extra decor, and I try to keep only real plants that I really enjoy and love, I try not to keep any extra photos or frames around that I don't immediately really love, because it's something that I end up having to dust, and that's never fun for me. And so I only keep my very favorite pictures out, and the rest of them I digitized and put on my phone or on my computer. All right, guys, and the last one is books. I don't keep excess books. My daughter has the most, just because she likes to have a wide variety of books. But for me, I just keep my very absolute favorite books and ones that are very sentimental to me. And then the rest of them I end up just renting from the library. So the books that I have kept, mostly they're nonfiction, and that's because I do like to write in them. So if it's a book that I end up renting from the library and then I realize that I absolutely love it, I might end up buying it and keeping it. But a lot of times I'll just end up taking notes on the side in a journal so that I can remember what it said if I really liked it. But the books that I have kept are a couple of fiction books that my grandfather gave me before he passed away, that he wrote in, that are very sentimental to me. And then I also have, this is one of my absolute favorite books, and I have written in it. So I do keep a few that have really brought me a lot of joy that I like to go back to. But as far as like fiction books, I try not to keep many because it's not something that I'm gonna take notes on. It's more of something just for enjoyment. So I find buying those from the library is a much better compromise and much easier on my wallet. I would love to know the kind of books that you end up keeping in your house. If you have a great book that you really love, remember to throw it in the comments because I am looking for a new one this month. Thank you guys so much for watching and stopping by Minimalist. Remember, a video comes out every week, and so remember to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again soon.